All right, we're going to draft some 2020 ranked best of one here today, and I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom, for helping support this stream, helping keep me here. They help keep you in Magic. Anything you need, they're going to basically have it. Sometimes they don't. It's a little surprise when they don't, but, you know, basically, if you need it and it's Magic related, Card Kingdom is going to be there for you. And they have been there for me in the last week as I've been scrambling to buy and sell and trade, and they're just a hub for me now. I go see them basically every week. I have an order in for a few more cards that I need to go down and get, and it's just so nice to know exactly that I'm going to get exactly the quality described and packaged nicely, and I love Card Kingdom. Now let's draft. Hey, Super Randy. Thanks for hanging. Oh, Mark says, the team you all know as R&D, along with a few other sections of the company, including art, design, and production folks, were combined to become the studio for Tabletop Magic, aka, okay, Tabletop Magic. Yeah, that's all since I left. Yeah, clearly. Ah, the corporate reorg. Always looking for a more efficient way to do things. All right, let's get to it. We got a ley line of anticipation, which we can take for gems. The power pick is probably Rabid Bite, Trailblazer, or Shock. All in that color range I like to be in. The Teamer Elementals is a fine place to lean. But I'm going to take gems. There's nothing so powerful here that I don't mind taking the ley line for gems. Here, Brontodon just leaps out as the tightest package of power available here. I like Winged Words. I like Vulture. Thicket Crasher is a solid 4 for the elemental decks, but 4 is very crowded. Oh, I didn't actually fix it, so my sub notification is probably not working because I didn't fix it, or I don't know what's going on there. It probably depends on what screen I'm in and stuff. I have all these different screens that I think connect differently to the notification. But man, if you sub to me and I miss that and forget to say thank you, I'm so sorry. It's really nice and really appreciated. And if I were better at this, I would have that stuff better in my face, but I do miss stuff sometimes. We're going to take Brontodon here. Pretty clear. Bronte. And Siphon is real nice, but Barkhide or Embercat might even be better. Yeah, let's get to, speaking of scene, right? Let's get to draft view. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're taking it 2. The question is whether we want the cat or the Barkhide. Barkhide fits nicely with what's going on here, but this is effectively another what's the elemental, the leaf, the 03 mana dude. No love for sleep. Not this early, no, not really. I find sleep and pacifism to be highly dangerous removal in this set. There's lots of ways to save your stuff from that. Rocket, stop bugging the neighbors. We don't want to be that family. Yeah, all right, I'll stay on color. That's a good enough reason. Like if we had picked up, say, the Cloudkin Seer here or something, it'd be nice to be able to snag that, no problem. We didn't, but I will take a Crasher and continue to stay. Eternal Isolation is good. I don't see that too much. Or decent. I mean, it's decent removal. Like, there's a lot of big things. This format seems to... It's rare that your opponents don't have something that this gets, but we're not going to move into white for that. And here's another paralysis we could take. Because this is an elemental, I'll take the Crasher. Like, if this were just a 4-3 trample that didn't have the elemental synergy, angle, I think I would just take Sleep Paralysis here, but there is a significant upside in the Crasher. And yeah, and also it keeps us mono green. We can, longer we can put off a second color, the more choices we'll have. Like this major one, we have Frost Lynx versus Ember Cat. Tough pick. I think in the abstract, I would rather be green blue than green red, but Ember Cat is sicko in. I think it's better. It might be better than the. Is it Leafkin Druid? Like the common green mana maker. It might be better in, obviously, in elementals. Like if you're heavy elementals is what I'm getting at. But Frost Lynx leads to the better color pair of blue and green, so that's really where I'm torn here. Shogmoth likes red-green better than blue-green unless you have the Reef. That's fair, but you like always get the Reef because the bots don't take it. Cat ramps Divorce Claw. This is a tough one. Where's our curve so far? All right, I'm taking the cat. I'm sorry, Frost lovers. I get you. I had to do something. Love the cat. Thief, best card here. Don't love the cat so much that I won't just take the best card here and see if we're not green-black or something. I don't think that elemental will wheel. If so, we have an amazing sign, though, right? We'll take this. We can even splash this if it comes to that. Bad elementals are not enough to consider over good basic green. These common spiders are kind of what gives green the defensive power to make their long games work. All right, last fresh pick from this pack. We have another Crasher or a main deck Plummet, question mark. I don't think Plummet is main deckable unless flying is like the only way you can lose, and you just want to be take that risk. Red black is good if you have Thief and Smuggler. Yeah, that's a good combo. But we'll have chances at the at that red card if we want that combo. Could be a time to take Season of Growth. We did not wheel the uncommon. Season of Growth early in pack 1 could make it build-aroundable. Luis and Marsh seem pretty down on Season of Growth. I've been medium on it without a lot of targeting. It's medium for just the scry, but I think it's been reasonably build-aroundable if you end up this direction. Yeah, Season is good with Blade Brand, and we're not playing this. I'll take Season. I'm not sure we'll end up there, but we can give ourselves the chance, and then we'll take. Yeah, Marsh and Luis don't seem to like Feral Invocation at all either. Like they took. There was a bad pack that they did on their full walkthrough over this last LR, but they were green red, and there were a bunch of garbage in the pack, and they ended up taking the 1/2 gain 3 elemental over Feral Invocation. I'm like, come on, Feral's at least more generically playable than that thing. Anyway. We can take a Befuddle here or hedge that we do somehow end up with the elemental density to run a spitter, but I don't think that'll be the case. Let's take Befuddle on that hedge. Similar. Taking everything non-white here, except for Vault Progress. This rare's kind of been following me around. Feel like I've been drafting it a lot lately, but no complaints here. We get free gems and the pick. And a good card. Another Troll. Splashable Executioner that also represents gems. Yeah, I kind of actually, like, I think we can end up playing this. Outrage is solid. We only have the Ember Cat, though. I'm going to take the Executioner. It's gems and it's splashable if we end up with splashing tools. If not for, I think I might even take the Executioner. That's the thing. I mean, it's decent removal, but probably just the Barkhide Troll. But I think this this being playable pushes it a little bit above. Oh, maybe Outrage. Like it's probably Barkhide Troll, Outrage, or Executioner as the power cards in the pack. Take something like Scoured Barrens, help a double splash. What are we even doing? This is... Oh, Rapacious Dragon is pretty good. I was thinking there was nothing good here, but Rapacious Dragon is a very fine Magic card. So we'll probably just take the Dragon. Keep taking whatever's best here as we search for where our second color is. So here's a Shock, and maybe we wheel the Smuggler. Smugglers tend to wheel. Wave Crasher's pretty excellent for shenanigans, but we don't really even have shenanigans going. I guess we have Dragon. Nothing else is ETBing with much excitement here. Hanged Executioner makes something, but I guess we just take Shock. Yeah, Dragon does help for the splash too. I like that. We'll take Shock though. Maybe try and settle in on red. Leafkin Druid. Scuttlemutt caught my eye, but we'll take the cheaper ramp. Siratemi likes the Knight. That scares me, because I really don't like the Knight. It has done some work. Like, people draft these heavy in one color type things where Diamond Knight has gotten a little bit out of hand. But man, I have crushed the old turn 13 1/1 Diamond Knight. Yeah, nice Diamond Knight, bro. Welcome to my attackers. I'm definitely taking the Druid, but I'm very I'm concerned that that when I disagree with someone like Siratemi about a pick like that. But we do know we're green. Come on, we know that much. Let's take the green card. To that end, we could take the Boring Courser, the Bird Grabber, Vial for a couple of week 2s. These packs have not been great. Not loving where this is going so far. Okay, you're saying between Knight and Druid? Yeah. Boring Courser. I hate Boring Courser, but okay. You want the Vial? We can pick up a Vial. We don't want many of those. Let's take a generic curve filler. Reclamation, interesting option here. Might of the Masses. We do have Season of Growth for what that's worth. Second Spider, also not bad. Swiftwater Cliffs sets up a blue splash. I don't think we're Rapacious Dragon does as well. We don't really have any blue cards we want to run yet. So this would be a total spec. We do have this Audacious Thief, though, and there is a green-black dual land that might wheel. I don't know how much the dual lands are wheeling, but I'm willing to take Reclamation here. Yeah, you know, hedging for the Risen Reef is not the worst, but look at this. Audacious Thief 8th. Okay. A little Jund today, maybe a little Jund. Feeling a little Jundy? Feeling a little Jundy. Guess. Gruesome Scourger is something I've been off of. I was on, then off, but, you know, maybe. Yeah, I'll take the Bond for now. I mean, I'm not taking anything else. Just kind of catching up. Couple of Smugglers now. Double Thief, double Smuggler. There's where I take a Diamond Knight. And there's where I put a Maniacal Rage. Temple of Milady when we're trying to be Jund. And there's not much else going on here. I mean, there's a gift that we might wheel. But we get to rare draft and actually play it. Overgrowth Elemental is fine, but I don't think we're that heavy in the elemental realm at this point, and Temple is exactly what we want. Playable rare. I mean, it's not exactly what we want. What we want is like a rare bomb in our colors, but we'll happily... I like being able to take a gem pick that also makes the deck. Probably just the bite here. We don't have that much removal going on. No murders yet. We got the shock. I don't even know what our second color is, really. Is it red or black? It looks like it's probably red at this point, and we're splashing the black for Thieves and Reclamation. Oh, it's it is. I was thinking of this as thinking this differently. Is it playable? I don't think we're playing this. We take it. I think I'm going to take Bite. I'm going to forsake gems on this one. Increase card quality a bit. Give us we don't have that much removal going on, so I really want to make sure we get some removal density in here. Well, it's got to be... It's not looting, it's rummaging. And it's rummaging... Rummaging is much worse than looting. And you need to pay for it, and it has to be rummaging with a tiny fraction of our deck. So hyper narrow rummaging is not where I'm at, as Nick puts it. So yeah, let's take Bite. Forsake. Okay, this might wheel. We could take the masses and pick up the second season and maybe do that. I mean, there's nothing else going on here. We could take a Vorse Claw. Yeah, we could try and wheel. We could just take one of these and try and wheel the season and keep other season support in mind. I don't need to... I'm not so high on season that I want to take the second one and just push. But yeah, we can take Scorpion. Gives us an early drop and also works really well with Rabid Bite. I mean, I'd play it. All right, we'll take Scorp. A little early D. If we'd known this, though, maybe we'd take something else out of the last pack. But 2 is fine. Don't want too much more than this. But creatures destined to die are pretty good with Moldervine Reclamation. So I like that aspect. Speaking of destined to die and Moldervine Reclamation, Sanitarium Skeleton is nice for that. Probably wheel it, though, and just have the one Mammoth Spider and no baby spiders. So I think we take a second spider. Yeah, I'm expecting the season to wheel. Yeah, I would love another Rabid Bite, but I think we're running out of time to get a Rabid Bite. Pulse and Pup jumped out at me, but we may be in a spot where we just want this Wilds. Or a Scorcher is reasonable, but we don't have a lot of synergies with that. I don't think we're necessarily base black yet. We still just have the 2 Thieves and the Reclamation that I'm really interested in splashing. We probably cannot splash the Executioner with the way our splash is going, especially if it's we pick up Evolving Wild here. Yeah, I think we need to play red and black for power level, and we have the Rapacious Dragon as well. Yeah, Pulse would be good, but I'm gonna take the fixing. I want to solidify the ability to play all of the powerful red and black cards we've taken, and to run the Thief Smuggler combo. Bladebrand is a reasonable pickup here if we wheel the other season and decide to do that thing. And we might play it anyway. Bladebrand's fine. Fine to good. Bladebrand attacking with a Thief is nice. Yeah, we can Pup. Are we salvaging? I mean, we do want things to die. I had a max win deck off of Reclamations and lots of salvaging. We are BO1. Yeah, I guess we just take Pup. No, we don't want an Axe. I don't think an Axe does anything for us. I don't know if we're playing the. I don't know what we're playing, but what appeals to me is 2 thieves in the reclamation. And then we have a hollow to make it even freer. Never taken duress. I have never even sideboarded duress, much less main decked at best of 1. Maybe we could be splashing red as well, like the Firecat. I'm not sure where we're at on red versus black as our secondary. Diamond Knight, go away. We're not gonna be you. You'd certainly name green, but go away. I want you. Yeah, Firecat doesn't seem great anymore because we're not really making a lot of. So I mean, we're not gonna play Firecat, and so then we look more like we're black, green splashing the red. So we're just you know, that reduces the effectiveness of the dragon at helping us splash, but it's still perfectly playable. Scourger. Oh, you want the Scourger here? Yeah. Given that we're in black, sorry, I forget the name of this card. So like, I thought you were talking about Scorcher, and I was like, why are we talking about the Scorcher? That's gone. Are we gonna play this if we run it? 5-drop, 4-drop, 2-drop. I feel like we're doing what we want to at 5, and that's not, well, probably not playing the bond unless we do the season thing, which feels less likely. Yeah, we can play the 2, that's the thing. That's why I want to say I'm going to take the burglar. Here's the season. Could also take the cutthroat, but we'll take the season and consider that line. I don't think I'm ever starting the airstrike in this deck, so we'll take Vault Progress. Cutthroat, playable enough with the double thieves that we'll take it here. Do I want to craft anything? We've got 5 rare, 3 mythic. We picked up Temple, Ceratops, and Executioner, and Leyline. Let's go look at those. Sarah Tops. Finish that one. Only 1 Leyline, and we're down to 2 rares. And let's see, the other one was. Is there another one? Oh, Executioner. Yeah, we can do that one with our final 2. Let's do it. Cool. Some decent grinding here. Ding. Oh, they've announced Brawl is coming to Arena. Well, prepare for the cucumber hurling monkeys who hate Brawl and don't think resources should have been spent on it. Oh. So that. Recon Brawl decks make sense. You're going to try and support the format. Gypsy Fever wants an explanation of what I just did. Sure thing. This account is free-to-play limited. What we're trying to do with this account is draft as much as we can without paying. And so for us, wildcards are useless as a tool to increase the power of our constructed decks. So instead, we use them to generate extra gems and gems more quickly in draft, because the rules of rare protection are such that if you open a booster pack it's going to look for a rare you don't have and give you that. But that's not how it works in draft. Sometimes in draft, you're going to draft the 5th copy of a rare or a mythic, even though you have plenty of rares or mythics in the set that you haven't filled 4 of yet, right? But they don't want to change the draft experience by only offering you cards, rares and mythics in your packs that you don't have yet. So to be authentic, there's this 5x problem in limited especially. So what they've said is, if you draft your 5th copy of a rare, you get 20 gems. And if you draft your 5th copy of a mythic, you get 40 gems. So you can leave the draft, mid-draft, craft up to 4 copies of a rare that you have in your pile, and then come back and finish the draft, because it only calculates the gem payout for rare drafting at the end of your draft. So you can actually leave the draft, go craft to impact your rare drafting, and then go back and finish the draft and get gems like we just did. I'm going to catch up with chat here for a second before we dive deep into deck building, because I think the Brawl topic has touched some interest. Is Brawl fun? Never got a chance to play it. Brawl is like kind of a standard commander format, is the shortest way to put that. We'll go to my deck building. Well, okay, so Croker says, crazy that they're shipping Brawl before pod drafting. So this is why I know there's going to be cucumber hurling monkeys, because there's priorities that people have that are way higher to them and to us than having Brawl, right? Here, I don't know if they said this, but here's here's what I heard from people on the ground. This was one developer coming in on the weekend and saying, I can program Brawl in a weekend. And because they wanted to, they came in on their own time and made Brawl function in Arena. Well, now you've got this perfectly functioning Brawl code that this guy wanted to do on his own time, because that's who he is. Do you offer it to the community, knowing that for some people it's going to cause them to hurl their cucumbers? Or do you just say, nice work, but we're not going to do that because people will be mad that it got prioritized? So anyway, it's like, it was from my understanding, it was a initiative taken by an employee that wasn't directed to do it and just did it on their own time, and so they're offering it up. That's what my understanding is. I got here, let's see, yeah, sure, I'll update the record stuff now so that it's not confusing to anybody. So to me, Brawl being on Arena is just free content, no big deal. Put those cucumbers down. Is Goblin Smuggler worth splashing? Maybe not 2. And maybe, maybe we could even there's also like Cut the Red. We got all these cool tools to splash, but we don't need to. We could just do this. That'd be a deck. Thank you, Gypsy. Appreciate that sub. Ferengi asks, how do you decide at what point in the format to use the wild cards for gems? When it comes to rares, for my advice to people in general is you have to kind of know whether you're a 4X finisher or not, because what we learned, so we completely 4X'd RNA. We got 4X rare, 4X mythic of RNA on free-to-play. On War, we only got 4X of rares, and we stalled on mythics about halfway, actually. But I think we can be pretty confident that we are going to be completionists on rares every time. So really, that was me more modeling behavior. For someone who knows they're going to complete their 4X, it almost doesn't matter when you do it. For someone who is not, then you basically only want to spend your wild cards when you're going to get value out of it right there. And ideally, you wait until you at least have a couple of the mythics, like you do it when you have. Oh, I already have 2 of this mythic. I'm about to draft a 3rd, so I will use 2 of my mythic rare wild cards to convert this new mythic into 40 gems, for example. But basically, it comes down to how many of the wild cards it takes for you to complete that transaction. If you have none of the mythics, it's going to take 4 rare wild cards for you to craft up and then get the 40 gems. So I wouldn't recommend that. But the ideal is that you wait until you've got 3, you craft the 4th, and then boom, you've gotten value off of only 1 wild card use. But that's tough to expect. So for an account that's going to get 4x of rares but not of mythics, which is what we're at, I'm going to be aiming to convert our mythic wild cards when we have at least 2 of the mythic already. That's my plan. You asking me if I did I say I don't like Brawl? I don't know if you're asking me or somebody else. If I said specifically I don't like Brawl, I mean, it's not something I'm hyper eager to play or anything, but I don't like or dislike it. I like Magic formats existing. I mean, I feel about Brawl kind of the same way I feel about Commander, which is that it's tough for me to go down that rabbit hole with enthusiasm, but I love that it is the rabbit hole of others. Doesn't Arena have command zone for emblems already? Yeah, they could do that. Yeah, it's not an impossible UI challenge or anything. Does Brawl use the same rotation as Standard? Yeah, it's a Standard. I assume so. It would be ridiculous for it not to. Am I thinking of a specific WotC employee? Yes, there was a. I heard the tale of who did it, and he is a he. That's why I was being pronoun specific. Well, also, Nick, I don't know the full details of that story. It may be that he came in and programmed it. Obviously, he's not an artist. So what I imagine programming it is that he came in and got it rules functional, but not pretty. And then they had to decide whether they wanted to put in the little effort to pretty it up and ship it. That's my guess. Yeah, where's our pod drafting rogue programmer? That's a good point. Let's let's influence that. How do you do? Oh, we did that. Drafting the store at launch weekend. I'm completely off pod drafting being important. Yeah, James is done caring about pod drafting. Well, pod drafting is one thing, but I think when I heard pod drafting, I assumed human. Sorry, yeah, let me clarify that. I don't think Wizards is ever going to make pod drafting on Arena. That seems highly unlikely, and I kind of just mixed up terms in my head and thinking about it. So if you're talking about playing within your pod, don't hold your breath. If you're talking about drafting against 7 other humans, though, that's what I was thinking about. Frumsy, thank you for the sub. Oh, I don't even know what if there's Momir talk. I've not been talking about Momir at all, so I don't know. Nothing I've said has been about Momir. Boy, there's a lot to catch up on here, but man, I think I gotta get to drafting. There's a lot of chat I've failed to catch up on, but I also feel like I should get to playing here. So let's figure out this deck. If I missed something in chat right now that you feel you really wanted to hear from me about, please repost and we'll get there. But just too much to catch up on to continue a good flow of play. Now let's talk about what to do about this deck. Are we splashing the red or not? Splash the Executioner. We do have the Evolving Wilds, and the double hollow temple means that we can splash with basic lands pretty easily. Right now we have just naturally 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green sources and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 11-10 in our mana base, so our mana has never been better as a two-color deck. But what's worth splashing? I do think power level wise, like what if we didn't do this thing? and brought back in... I guess we need some of it, or we don't have a deck. We could do that. We can go back to this. Yeah, we'll adjust the mana. I think the black's probably too heavy here. Don't get hung up on its base stats. Don't get hung up on 2/2 for 3. The reason why this is splashable is that it is a late game win condition. It's something, you know, the question on a splash is, do you mind if you draw this a little bit later, right? And the answer on Smuggler is no, I don't mind, because when this can drop and start getting pup tokens through, or obviously thieves are the main thing, but I wouldn't mind one. Like this seems fine to me. Like maybe like bring in invocation, have some little interaction, because we're pretty low on interaction here. No murders or anything. But I certainly don't mind pulling one of these late to help uninstall a board. The trouble is we also don't have a lot of things. We have a Blood Burglar and Scorpions and Thieves. Like, this is really a combo with Thieves. So let's keep that in mind and just run the one. Red doesn't seem strong enough to warrant a splash, but then my question to you, Organic Chicken, is you think, like, the reason you would pick 2-color over splash is because, well, the strength of the splash is not worth the consistency loss to the deck. But we have so much fixing in black and green that we can stay pretty consistent with just, you know, we could do this and we still get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources, and 4 red sources. Like, that's very consistent mana. And so then, given how consistent that mana is, you say, well, what are we putting, if we decided not to do the red, what are we putting in? Are we putting back in Diamond Knight, Seasons of Growth, Wolfkin Bonds? Like, I don't know. This is just such a power drop that I don't want to go that way. I'd rather up our power, even just by Rapacious Dragon, Smuggler, and Shock, over consistency with worse cards, I think. Yeah, although red adding treasure tokens to help splash red doesn't really mean anything, but, you know, if we're somehow low on black, that might help. So I'm going to try this. Let's start here. Let's start here at the very least. And what are we calling this? I don't know. What are we calling? Give me a name. Give me a name that... Well, I want to name... Okay, whatever. We can call it... Jund Reclamation. But I'll just change... I'll maybe have a policy where I'll just give it a fake name. What I don't want to do is title my YouTube videos Jund Reclamation and spoil it for people who don't want to be spoiled. Shift Happens is good. Grim doesn't like the splash. Well, we're gonna try it. We're gonna see if it punishes us. We can even go down to this and This leaves us only with 3. The true splash. Nah, I think I like the 4. Do it this way. I found Reclamation to be great if I'm going long. It's absolutely won me grindy games. We're maybe not going as long as I would like for it to be amazing, but I think it'll be a solid... definitely not Jund Reclamation. Yeah, that's my new name. I like it. All right. Well, let's try it out. A little louder game audio. What do you think of that? Sure. James wonders where I'm at on blue self-bounce artifact, and I like it with a lot of ETB effects. It's really powerful if you get it going. A lot of this format feels very Dominaria-like. It's like, can you survive some early aggro deck and take over? We'll do some scrying here. I'm going to pass on a second Scorp. We're seeing a blue flyer. We might be against blue-white skies, in which case that is a very weak card. But I'm not going to offer a Scorpion for the Miscreant. I don't think I want that trade. Ryan, what percentage of the pod drafting coding philosophies can be transferred from MTGO? Different programs with same ideas. The ideas can be put into developers' heads, but there's no code that's being shared, just as far as I can understand that potentiality. You gotta be kidding me. Main decked I mean, it's not impossible to main deck that card, but that is, yeah, that's too bad. Well, you can play Brontodon too. They're not. The thing is, they're just not going to take it. We're going to do this. We will offer it. They're not going to take it, but we'll play Brontodon instead of Thief. Let's just go for power. It is the most main deckable one. It's still not great, but it's definitely the most main deckable. And the Exile, the second ability is relevant too. There's a lot of recursion in this format. Not that way. I played this weekend and lost to the 6 Sage's Row Denizen deck. I was a little too control-y to overcome it. It's pretty frustrating. Now we will offer this, though, and see if they want to trade off for that Brontodon, and then the Thieves get really good. So hopefully they decide it's worth a Denizen for the Brontodon, and then the Thieves hopefully do some work. They're thinking about it. Well, we're gonna reveal our plan. I'm not gonna sit here not playing these Thieves. At worst, we send a Thief into its Apostle Death and get a card before it dies. Anything I can do about that, do you think? Is it on my end somehow? Or we draw the shock off the top and concede that the splash was reasonable. I mean, I think we can all concede that the splash is reasonable. It might not necessarily be better than a clean green-black deck. I'm not a time-traveling supercomputer. It was quite literally reasonable. We had a reason. No, oh, no, Wujo, I think that's also what happened with Brawl, I think. If I'm wrong about that, then apologies for the misdirection. If I have conflated or confused Momir versus Brawl creation, I think they may have both been created by the same guy doing that. But if I'm wrong, apologies for spreading misinformation. I certainly don't want to do that. Are we attacking with our one thief? Are we throwing away this thief for a card? I don't know. Fiddle says yes. Gecko Skin's like, not yet. The thing is now, even if we found something for the Apostle, like, they've got enough on the ground that, yeah, but then they just eat them both. Eat, right? It's not going to get any better, so let's get a card. Maybe it'll help us. The argument would be that it does get better if we draw our smuggler. So maybe save the other one for a possible smuggler. I guess we have the one pump. I didn't mind looking for action though. Like, we also do need to try and find action to, because we're, right now it's a slow clock, but we are getting clocked by this miscreant, and yeah, that's interesting. If they do that again next time, we can consider the Brontodon play, killing the artifact that they were chumping with. Right now, I guess I'm feeling like we need a 3/4 though. I guess we have a Scorp, so they're not gonna. Oh, now we're in the trouble. And now we just don't have time. They're gonna start launching big things in the air. So now, actually, if they do the Golem on Thief block this time, I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, we could also kill the charge. That's true. Maybe we need to do that. This is tough. I don't want to waste resources and then, like, draw the thing that lets our thief get through, but we can't. I think we gotta use Bront on something. Let's attack with the thief and see if they even make the same block first. No, not this time. So with Thicket Crasher, now I think we do take out the Zephyr charge because we have something that can additionally trade on the ground. So we have a good board presence on the ground now with the Thicket Crasher and the Scorp, so we can let the Brontodon go for taking out this charge, which I think we have to do. This is just going to lead to our imminent death. We're at 13. I mean, it's a 3-turn clock on their current... Well, no, actually, they can make multiple things fly. So, yeah, it was a 2-turn clock. We had to do that. Smuggler on the top now, for sure. Could use our Reach Rare. Definitely can not really use more forests, but there they are. I think we're waiting to die on this one. I think our chances of finding an answer to all those flyers before we're just dead to them is very unlikely. We need shock and spiders. Spider off the top would really help. If we can get a spider off the top here, we may be able to grind him out. if they do attack alls. Or, you know, another forest. Let me think about how we can use another forest. No, we can't. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you flood. Yeah, card quality stops being super relevant when the spell ratio is this far off. Alright, now we're just dead. Make him attack, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yep. Super dead. Ugh. I do not respect Oppo's deck. Sorry, Esper. But sometimes you lose to decks you don't respect. That's alright. That's magic. That's why we play. That's why you play the games. You don't just look at the decks and decide on the outcome. Alright. Gear went away. Does the gear go away when... Huh. I was gonna go concede, and I couldn't see the gear to concede. Alright, let's give it another try before we do any reactionary deck editing or whatever, but I am willing to consider the straight green-black if we wanted to try that at some point. Ah, makes sense. Classic hack. We need some help on the mana front, but if we get there, we're pretty golden, so we're going to keep this. Literally any land in the deck would make me happy here. That was not it. Don't do me like this now. All right. It did challenge me, though. This is like the worst land in the deck to get, but I just wanted to make sure we got to 3, which we did. So we'll play Smuggler. Worst one to draw, but I'm not going to complain. Thank you, mana gods, for giving me some mana. Well, tapped would have been fine because it would meant it would have been black, right? I would have been happy for a tapped land because it would mean we got our black online. Sea of Fiddles, organic doing told you so's, sample size. And when I find a black source and the thief draws us 30 cards off the smuggler, I get a told you so back. And it's all good. I'm just playing with you. We're all trying to figure this out. Not great. And then we have the question of whether we want to run Feral Invocation into open mana. We probably don't. So I think I'm just going to attack here. And, well, I really don't want Feral Invocation on a Smuggler. But if we think of it as just a removal spell, where we're looking at paying 3 mana to remove a wolf, and then, hey, our Smuggler happens to be big, that's fine as well. Yeah, we could also bite the 2/2 and attack, but I feel this removal is going to be more useful to us, and we should hold it for better targets. Let's attack, and when they block with the wolf, we'll go ahead and Invocation. I want to be doing things. All right, that's fine too, I guess. So you would invocation here just because they're tapped out and it's something we can do. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, like, I can't bring myself to just feral because we have open mana. The cost here could be that we unlock our mana from here and like never have a time again to even cast it. But if they tap out, we'll consider it at the end of their turn. Yeah, I don't want it on their utility creature, on the utility creature either. But if we think of it as a removal spell that happened to linger a bonus on our utility creature, no big deal, right? We often spend 3 mana to remove a creature, so the fact that it leaves a bonus behind is just a bonus. Well, spiders are pretty important against the flyer battle. If you are a green deck and your plan against flyers is to kill them with removal, you're in deep trouble. I think your plan with if you're a green deck without either flyers of your own because you're playing blue or anti-flyer creatures like spider, you're going to really struggle against the flyers. Yeah. And now it's like with their 3 creatures to our none, I'm going to have to do the invocation. We now need butts on defense. And if they have a shock, they're going to blow us out and we probably lose, but like I have to take that risk here. All right, we got our wilds. Unfortunately, we want green and black, but I think we get... Well, I'm going to wait. We could rabid bite here. Yeah, now we bite. They've got too much going on. We need to just lock this down and stay alive. So I'm going to... well, do you want the spider or the pumper? We don't really care too much about flyers. The spider to us is like a 2/3. Pumper is a little more threatening, I think. Let's take out the pumper. And I believe in our ability to get green, so I am going to fetch black. Let's get all of our colors online. And I think they're stuck on mana, or did we go... Yeah. Did we get stuck on one turn? I think they're stuck on mana, in which case I want to attack. I think we can catch up on the board. Right now, they're technically winning the race, but we have a for sure Thicket Crasher, and if they miss another land drop, that ought to be enough to pull us ahead in the race, and we have Thief potential as well. They can't have shock, or they just would have shocked the smuggler in response to the invocation, so I don't know exactly what they're waiting for here. There you go. I guess they could have the pump spell. They could have the +3/+2. But also, that's not a real thinker, right? In that case, block and do it. I don't know what's with the game audio. Maybe would it be less painful for you all if I just did this? Is it better to go soundless than to have the game sounds off? I could also quit and come back. I don't know if that would do anything. But I'll leave the sound off for a minute and see if that's better, because it can mess with your head if when audio is misaligned like that. So maybe just better to have it silent today. What I'm debating here is whether or not we are running into Feral Invocation of theirs, and whether that would just be devastating because we really want to start using it with the Thief. I'm pretty nervous about attacking into a possible invocation here. I'm gonna go. Oh, don't. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna do this and stay back. It's too much of a blowout. And as we play without sound here, let me know what you think is better: sound on, audio mismatch, or sound off. God, maybe I'll play better if I don't have the rope audio making me freak out. Hey, look, we played smart. All right, we'll do low sound. Let's try that. Let's get the Thief going. Looks like we're pretty stalled here. Good time for Thief Smuggler. Yeah, how to handle lands that tap for 2 of anything in an auto tap situation is tricky. On the one hand, you think, of course you want to save my anything mana for later, but on the other hand, it can be very clunky to have something that must be tapped in a clump of 2. So there's that factor. But in general, I think you're probably right that it should be left as last. I'm not sure what the thinking was there from Wizards. One thing I'm not sure of is how our deck actually wins. Getting more cards than them? Yeah, Scorp makes a nice blocker here. We just don't get to cast anything else, unfortunately. What would we do? We cast Pup instead. Actually, I'm gonna cast Pup first. Uses more mana, and we can do an attack with the Wolf and potentially Cutthroat if we think that's worth it. Well, it's gonna make our Scorp real nice. And can't block. Okay, well, we're just gonna throw a Pup in front of the big spider. And we could... I'm not sure what this means in terms of... I mean, obviously, like, they're attacking into our Crasher with 2/2s, so they have more pump or whatever. Question is, do we want to draw it out? I was hoping to Fathom Fleet them with the Wolf trick, but I think we're going to go Wolf for Wolf and see if they want to use their trick to save their Wolf. Let's try and draw it out that way. Maybe there wasn't a trick. Could that be? What were they thinking? Well, now we kind of get free attacks, and we can play Sedge Scorpion back. And I shouldn't have played this land. I should have attacked with the Thief first. Now I'm trying to figure out what to attack with. Yeah, they might be waiting on the trick here, but in which case we can at least follow with a Cutthroat. But it felt like they didn't really pause. I couldn't see if there was a pause there or not. I'm gonna swing away and put a lot riding on this Scorpion. It's a little bit risky. Oh, cool. We get two spells. If they take out our Scorpion, we're a little sad. But even in the case where we didn't draw a second spell, I felt like, well, we'd still survive. Although I guess maybe we wouldn't. Let's see what they do here, though. Being pretty aggressive here with our life total. Or risking our life total. Again, putting a lot riding on the Scorpion living is what I'm saying. What up, dog? Come here, buddy. Uh-oh. This could be trouble. Gotta kill him quick. Yeah, when I say that to my dog, it's like, it's not slang. Except for the what up part, I guess. Well, as far as creatures Oppo could have gone to fetch, those are not the scariest. I guess we're just sending in thieves. Yeah, we could plan on the Cutthroat, but I'm actually thinking here potentially, well, maybe they'll try and menace that, but we have other creatures to play here. Let's go. Do we want Bronte and maybe Barkhide and Leyline? Barkhide and Brontodon? No, that's too much green. Brontodon and Leafkin? No, Brontodon, Leafkin, and then we have the ability to threaten to take off one of Oppo's enchantments. That's right, Netcaster can't block. Thank you. I did forget that. So I don't know if we had better attacks there. I mean, this is still pretty scary, but we had potential. Yeah, I guess we only had the 4/4, but definitely thanks for the reminder on that because I was not thinking about it. I think next turn it certainly will be attack all with everything but Scorp. Next turn it might even be attack with Scorp. So they don't have the mana for this yet. They're just hoping to draw it, looks like. Overgrowth Elemental with no other elementals is also fine. But they did 2 spell. That's not nothing. Well, this is kind of what we wanted for this, so yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, I'm not liking Oppo's choices for their success, but liking it for ours. So now we send in everything. The only thing that doesn't trade, at least, is Spider, but we have Cutthroat to follow with that. Also with Barkhide and Cutthroat. So yeah, this just looks like an attack all except Druid. I mean, I've lost some maniacal rages. There's no question it does something. Just don't know if it does anything great. I think it does something great in the right matchup and curve, but it's just always high risk, you know. I mean, I'll keep that, sure. We could also, we get 2 mana out of this. We get Scorpion. We could even get Spider and Scorp if we don't want it. But let's Cutthroat. Let's Cutthroat and Scorp. Mess around with that. In fact, don't even Scorp. Let's just send this to them and win. And if they have some kind of sweeper I'm not thinking of, or we'll have a recovery plan. All right. Win number 1 in the bag. Hey, just to let you know now, tomorrow is going to be an early end day for me. I've got an airport pickup I need to participate in, so I will be, haven't exactly figured out when I'll be off the air tomorrow, but it will definitely be at least an hour before I usually am. This pulsing thing always annoys me. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Luis winning the freaking GP. That guy's a monster. Congrats to Luis. Just rolls out of bed and wins GPs like it's nothing. But I want to say, hey, who was here a week ago saying this Scapeshift deck is nuts, right? Come on, we were on Scapeshift around here a week ago. Thanks to Bill Stark. I gotta tip the cap to him. I only turned to brewing with Shapeskift because Bill Stark had been doing it and created a cool thread on Facebook that we were all talking about. Oh yeah, restart. Let's see if restarting this helps the audio. Yeah, Scapeshift, Field of Dead, and in particular, Scapeshift, Field of Dead, and Baby Tef. Because you have 7 mana, you play Baby Tef plus, and with the 4 remaining mana, you Scapeshift at the end of their turn and create the 14 zombie tokens at instant speed. So you dodge all sorcery speed answers to a horde of zombies. It's pretty great. It is busted. It's weird to play. Like, you start to feel like when you have the combo in your hand and your opponent is doing stuff that can't disrupt it, you start to feel like you're playing vintage and they're playing standard. It's like, yeah, sure, Tamio, yeah, get back, okay, whatever. Oh, you're gonna do that? Okay, yeah, sure, yeah, hurry up, yeah, okay, yeah. See, you're dead. Like that's that's what playing Scapeshift has felt like to me. Drumming my fingers, waiting for my opponent doing nothing relevant to stopping the insanity I'm about to do, waiting for them to hurry up and do it, you know? Let's see, also, are you hearing the audio? I'm going to turn the audio up a little bit so we can see if it's better aligned. How's the audio alignment now? Seems off still? Huh. Don't know what to do about that then. Other than if someone has a Streamlabs OBS Google they want to do, I can see about fixing it in there, but I don't know what's going on. Sounds good to me. Wish y'all could see it hear it from my point of view. Yeah, it's frustrating. It definitely makes the experience worse, which is not on my to-do list. Yeah, that's the other thing. You beat control with that deck. Just you don't even need Scape Shift. You just actually just play lands. We ended up heavy green and then got pulled into a couple of directions in terms of dual lands and spells that got us into... There were a couple of late thieves. Sorry, wasting time here. A couple late thieves got us into the black direction, and then lack of significant card quality has us on the splash. There is some debate. We have some viewers here who would prefer that we were on the straight black-green plan here, but we're splashing just a little bit of red for a smuggler, a dragon, and a shock. We'll play out our hand here. I don't see why I shouldn't. Double Scorpion is a little less than ideal, but if they're on the ground, it'll still be good. I'm going to send one and offer this trade. Clear the way a little more easily for upcoming hopeful Ceratops. Boy, we want our red splash right now. We'll have to take the bite. The bite will do. But this thing has to die immediately or you lose. Glad we had an answer to that. I mean, it just takes over games. Well, Streamlabs is just an overlay in OBS. It works with OBS. So if you can message me a solution that works in OBS, I can take a moment after the game and see if we can't implement. No land for us. Consequences of splashing are real, though. Orange Chicken was on the two-color plan, at least. It's a lot of do-nothing. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm... I keep trying to reiterate. I'm not certain of the splash being correct, but it felt correct. It's hurting us right now, but when we unlock these, hopefully they prove their worth. Do we offer for the Herald? If we don't... We have Courser plus Ceratops activation. Maybe I'll just send in the Scorpion. Let me read this bad card. Okay, target creature can't be blocked. So if they want to spend 3, they can keep the Herald from being blocked. If they do that, we'll just have to try to... If they start showing that that's how they're going to try to win this, then we have to turn up the aggression. Where's our red? Red. No red. We do have a spider and still a chance to... I guess we could take the send in the Ceratops at this point and then play the spider. Well, the aces, let's see. If they start saying the ace can't be blocked, we're on a 4-turn clock. So we have 4 turns to find shock in that case. And once they start doing that attacking, then we don't even have the opportunity to offer for a trade. And the Mammoth Spider successfully blocks the Herald. So I actually think we do. Ugh, that's rough. I would make trample if it mattered, but clearly it doesn't, sadly. Good play from Oppo. But my expectation is that they just start making the fencing ace unblockable, and then we're on a very short clock. So we had to do something. Trample wouldn't have mattered once the Blade Brand hit. I was all set to activate Trample if it mattered, but it never did. Let's see, we could play the Cutthroat for no value. How would that help us win the game? It gives us an extra 3 power to attack around the Herald. Is that more important than leaving Fathom Fleet for a possible block in the future? If they're not going to do it, we probably just need to get wide and still hope that we find red for these two. I think if we go Cutthroat, find a mountain, shock, then we're in decent shape. But even in that case, maybe we still want the Cutthroat. Yeah, I think we just need a Hill Giant to try and win this race. Yeah, Brontodon, we have some outs, so we got to do that. Also, we do find red. We can just start with the dragon and then have the red immediately to follow up with the shock. And shock plus one of our 3s takes out the Herald as well. Okay. Wah, wah. Yeah, I mean, it has to be a very specific card. I don't think these cards are those. Fencing Ace isn't my reason to be white. Daybreak Chaplain. Those are the reasons that it stinks. But we're losing to it, so what are you going to do? We can send the spider here. We can send everything, and then they eat something else and take 7, going to 5. Then they have a crackback for the win next turn, though. So... oh, not orange chicken, organic chicken. Come on, chicken. Still sample size. This has never been not part of the risk of splashing. But like, consider what these would be instead. Some very low impact stuff that also wouldn't be changing the situation. Well, you want to try it? Not because of results, but because of exploring the different possibilities. I'm not doing this because I think the splash is wrong. I'm doing this. I'm suggesting this because I think the splash is debatable. Dark Knight is not a fan of M20 compared with other sets. I mean, it depends on the other set. I've been pretty happy with it as far as core sets go. No. Let's see. I'll check your whisper. Thank you. See if I can fix this audio setting real quick. Okay, Fiddle says if I right-click on the audio source in the mixer section of OBS, it should give you the option for the advanced audio properties. In that menu, you can offset the audio. I think you're looking at a close to minus 1,000 millisecond offset. It's crazy that. Okay, let's see. So let's go mixer settings. So desktop audio offset. Is it so it's just oh actually here I wonder webcam yeah, it's got to be desktop audio. Okay. So then we go and we want you're suggesting minus 1,000 or minus 500. Let's do that's weird. It won't let me enter minus. I have to actually hold this down. I have to click this 1,000 times. What? Wizard Belly says War was the most fun draft in a while. I got actually pretty tired of it pretty quick, gotta say. Oh, now it's letting me. Weird. Okay, we're gonna try adjusting that setting. All right, let's see how minus 1,000 does. Here we go. I'm gonna stop talking so you can hear game sound effects. So more than 1,000, or is it off in the other direction? All right, here's 1,500. Good enough? Right on. We did it. Thank you so much, Fiddles. Appreciate that. Okay, well, we're going to give straight green black a try. See if it feels a little better to have smooth mana. I mean, I feel like we are pretty unlucky to not have had smooth mana with our splash. Our mana is pretty great. Quincy! It's a mama daughter. Glad to have you here, Quincy. Motor City Mama is a local favorite for sure. Motor City Dada. Really appreciate Mama's support around here. Yeah, you gotta play fast on the Scape Shift deck. Know what you figure out what your plan is before you cast the Scape Shift, because there's a lot of clicking. Yeah, there's a lot of green. Maybe I'm just unreasonably unhappy with the knight, but I really don't like the knight. Of course, we get our Evolving Wilds for the perfect splash and everything, but we don't need it. Diamond Knight, the 3-mana artifact uncommon 1/1, where you name a color, it has vigilance, and whenever you cast a spell of the chosen color, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Maybe over a Sedge Scorpion. I keep being sad that we're drawing 2 Sedge Scorpions, although maybe it's maybe it'll be better with Reclamation in the pile, on board. They're just so defensive, not doing anything here. There's 1250, so we'll keep adjusting. Just let me know. Do we need to bite the Executioner before we play something, or they just we can also be okay for them to spend 4 mana to execute one of our things. Just play the dude. Yeah, let's play the dude. If they want to take out the Crasher, go for it. It's not even that important to our game plan. We're not going to attack, though, and trade off a Scorpion for a flyer token or whatever. But yeah, if they want to take the turn to kill the Crasher, that's cool. Alright, now we get Reclamation time. And I'm going to go and offer this. Could even offer one of these. We'd just be trading it for this and drawing a card, gaining a life. I want one for the Rabid Bite, but yeah, Executioner Exiles. Definitely want one. Question is, do we want both? Yeah, that's fine. We're going to be able to bite whatever we want. Yeah, we're going to attack all. It's fine. It's all good. When you have the Reclamation, like, whatever. Yeah, they don't even want to block. Now they're going to want to wait for their land and use the Executioner so that we don't get Moldervine value out of it. But that's fine. They're going to spend their whole turn to do it. Or they're going to give us a card. That's cool. Get audacious up in here. We even get thief and bite if we want. Or spider or burglar and thief. I'm going to continue to offer our scorps, though. Yeah, like I'm with Gecko, but just inverting the order. We'll go... Okay. We weren't going to play Spider this turn anyway, so it was no big hurry there to me. And we go Thief, Burglar here.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
What you don't know is that this particular vampire actually has a hip-hop career on the side. So in this case, this is actually a rap burglar. It's not a rat burglar. We've actually got a rap burglar now. Well, we got clean attacks and then a cutthroat, so that's cool. Or a blade brand, either one. You never know, Mama. Oppo might play it. They got an open blue right now. Let's see, do we want to... I guess we just want the cutthroat, actually. Puts more power down. Hey, Harold. In this case, I think I just like Blade Brand Bite. No need to get tricky in terms of like waiting for combat or whatever. Let's just Blade Brand and take it out of the sky right now. They're tapped out. Punished for playing land before attacking with Thief again. Bad habit of mine. Oh, life gain would have been correct too, you're right. I'm just kind of... I was just like, oh, it's tapped out, so it didn't matter. I didn't really think it through. My only concern was, can they respond to this, not is there a better target? We can put the bond on the life link, though. Might as well get that life gain going. And deals, so this is effectively a 4/4. Did we have a 4/4 at the time? I mean, I could have bonded, I guess. Yeah, we'll bond the thief. Bond the thief. I like it. Yeah, we could have bonded and, but it also, you know, playing the Blade Brand drew us a card. That's not nothing that we were also digging into our library. Is there enough to just attack with everything? Because if we attack with everything and they choose to eat, then the thief just gets through, and everything else trades. Yeah, I'm going to attack all. I was just deciding how aggressive to be. We're going to attack all. You choose, Oppo. What do you want to do? Everything, we got Reclamation. What do we care if something dies anyway? Crasher down. That is not playable. I mean, it's technically playable, they just played it. That is not impactful. Jinx, James. Alright, well, we'll keep it at green-black again. I don't think we did set par. Didn't forget to do that. I think this is a slightly below average deck, though. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Keep the season and hope... do we keep this? Oof. My instinct was to keep, because we have a turn 2 play that helps us set up the rest of our draws. But in order for that to happen, we need to then find creatures, etc., etc. Yeah... I think we have to ship this. I was enamored by the Season of Growth, but with nothing in hand to trigger it, I think we have to be disciplined. We can keep this, send back a forest, and be in pretty solid shape. All hail the London Mulligan for making games where there might not have been one. Oppo doing nothing on 2 is nice for our lifelink attack, and certainly nice for our 3-4 on turn 3. How close was I to splashing... Oh, not very. You could do that, I suppose, though. Maybe the Executioner is the correct splash. We didn't really talk about that. Well... I think I'm going to go attack with both and play a no-value Cutthroat to try and at least block the Thief. Try and make him choke on cards. Wow, that's fantastic. They feel behind enough that they're not going to try and take advantage of the Thief. Wonderful. That makes me want to just play this as a 3-3. Not great, but let's keep our board pressure up. And then if we draw another land that's untapped, we get Reclamation. Let's see what they do with this Scry. One top, one bottom. A Thief of our own. Offer the Cutthroat. Increase the chance of the Thief getting through. Very good card. Well, we don't get an untapped... Well, we might, but it's not going to matter because we're totally going to use the Blade Brand this turn. I mean, how do they not block? They've got to. And then we'll trade off. Temple for more land. Nah, don't need more land. If keeping a 6th land guaranteed us a 2-spell turn next turn, it might be worth it, but it does not, so we're not going to do that. We could give a hasty Ceratops. They'd probably have to trade with it, but that kind of makes me want to wait and get the Reclamation out first. Oh, Pro Blue, sure. I forget that this has Pro Blue. I'm just happy to have a 5/4 that does stuff. So they can't block, so that's like a guaranteed 5. Yeah, we should just do that. Let's get in. Fits our current MO. Pressure. Indeed, Adrian. Pressure. That's unfortunate, but hopefully we can win through that. The Ceratops is a big problem for them without additional support. Not superfluous right now. They're trying to decide whether they can afford to take it, and they probably have to take it and hope to find another black creature to work, and or they give up. Yes, Bionic Wildcat, Ceratops has protection from blue, which I totally knew and kept in mind the whole time that game. All right, well, sample size and everything, but I'm gonna keep running the deck that's working. Yeah, we'll keep this. Maybe we can get a wolf bond down on the thief. But a lot of tapped lands. Let's see what we can find on top first, I suppose. Invocation. I'm going to keep that. I want to try and set up a thief to be dirty. Maybe that's doubling up on the dirt, but... Now we're going to do some thinning. Guess we should just keep getting green. We have 2 black sources, and we're just heavy green, so I want to keep getting the green. Yes, you could wait to scry later, I suppose. We're just trying to get our tap lands out, but I could have positioned the scry land later, but I wasn't, I'm pretty happy with setting up, looking for extra things to support a thief, And yeah, if it had been land, we'd be really happy to push that off the top. A Denizen. All right, we're going to get him good. This is why I kept the Feral Invocation. Even just do this now. Yeah, 2 Scorpions is pretty good against Colossus Hammer, huh? Nice. We don't even need to bite it or anything, we just get a free attack with the thief. And we'll go ahead and drop a spider here. We can get reclamation down next turn. Maybe. Right now, nothing's under too big a threat of dying. If we see another swamp, we might expect murder. All right, that's pretty busted. How much are we worried about Denizen? Yeah, I guess we go... Yeah, Unsummon is real. Real threat. Yeah, we should target Spider in that case. Now I'm going to wait. Got Wolfkin Bond. No, I don't even want to trade the spider off for those, although that's annoying. A lot of ways to draw cards here. If I do spider attack, how about Moldervine Reclamation spider attack? Then I'm willing to do it. I like the spider. We'll get Bond for pressure next turn. And we get a Barkhide Troll this way. Yeah, we'll take that. I don't want to offer the thief yet. I think we can let the thief live. And heading into attacks now, we're just pretty bulletproof. All right, that's annoying. Duress finding targets is bad plays getting rewarded, but okay. Yeah, Pro Blue Dino is great here. We want to go black to cast it. Yeah, double duress main deck is not how you generally win Magic games. They got something from us there, but not impressed with that line. Alpha cannot be very bad at this point, and it's what we're doing. I just wanted to wait and get this stuff in place before we did anything like this. Blade Brand, you say? Yeah, we'll keep a Blade Brand. It can, they might... Well, we don't even need this, do we? Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. It cycles, it kills a blocker. I think we're just going to win, but if they do play something that can defend, this will be fine. Yeah, it is a combo with Trample, too. That's pretty dirty. And no, there's a little worth in trample here, so we'll do it. Oh, was I lethal? Yeah, that's true. I should have... that's a punt. I was a punt. I don't think it'll cost us the game, but it was a mistake. Always take lethal if you've got it. I'm just going to lead with the Crasher here. No, it was even mentioned. I just like the interaction with Trample and Death Touch was mentioned. I just didn't see it as lethal, so I didn't do it. I didn't see it as lethal. I didn't see the lethal. I didn't see it as anything. Well, they're trying to make a game of it because of my punt. That's good. Good on them. They can't get the Spider and the Crasher, though, and they've got to put the Servant on the Crasher. And then let's see what we've got. We'll keep that. Overconfidence, maybe. I'm feeling like we've got this game, so I'm maybe playing a little too loose. Yeah, we'll take that out. If they happen to have another one, it could give them more, but so be it. Yeah, we can take a Spider. More creatures are all just good. Part of my mentality around not playing Scorpion was not overcommitting to the board, but now I don't know what even that means. That's kind of like heuristics in my head that don't actually match cards in the set, though, you know? Like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to overcommit when we're totally going to win this. Like, it didn't seem like they could produce 3 blockers in one turn. That's the other thing. So to get to you know, saying why these punts, well, the one punt, whatever, but that was my thinking. I was like, oh, well, I'll leave stuff behind in case. But the problem with that heuristic is if you don't have, there needs to be an in case of what? Like, name the card, Ryan. And it turns out there was not a card. Well, we got the win. Let's try and tighten up, though, for the next game. Right. A sweeper that doesn't punish me for playing it isn't really a reason to not play it, right? I think my real crime there was getting loose and lazy at the end of a game that was in the bag. But that's how you let games that are in the bag slip away, right? This looks good. Journeyman, thank you for the sub. Ooh, interesting. Troll or Druid. If we go Troll, we don't really have 2 spells on turn 4 in our hand. Or if we go Druid, we don't have 2 spells on turn 4. So I'm actually going to go Troll because of that. Thank you so much, man. Glad to have you here. I'm not gonna attack or anything. Like, we got Reclamation coming up. We'll get aggressive once that's a thing. We can go Druid here for Reclamation next turn, then we don't have the Courser, or we go Courser and then Druid and then Reclamation. Yeah, I think I like Druid here. Let's start ramping now. Still aiming for 9 tomorrow. I'm quitting early tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to start any earlier. Well, if they're going to get aggro, it looks like they're not, question mark? Yeah, we just have good attacks back, so I wasn't too worried about that. One, two, three, 5. Well, I don't know. This thing has been holding off their... I guess the Druid has 3 toughness, too. But now, let's play... Wreck and attack, or we could build out... Let's see, we can go... Oh, we're close. Close to 2 spells here, but not quite. Let's see. Yeah, let's reclaim here. Although, I mean, if I was not going to attack, I guess I shouldn't reclaim. I should just crash her. I don't know. Yeah, we do have double spell next turn. If we reclaim now, that's one factor. And this kind of starts to force them to do the smuggler thing. Yeah, we're going to go Centaur Courser, create the 4th creature, and then Druid creates the Crasher. Don't think Red-Black's getting rid of this Moldervine Reclamation anytime soon. That's pretty cool. Because it makes it look like we are attacking for Reclamation value. But we'll do that later. Let's start with Plan A here. No attacks now. We'll have we'll do some attacks next turn with Feral Invocation at the ready. Probably. We'll see. Board's getting complicated now. But it could create a spot where they do some questionable blocks or double blocks that allow the invocation to deal with it. Attack all, I'm not thinking about it. Brood just like, hey, we have Reclamation. They can do whatever they want. That's fair. Except we're not going to attack all with a Leafkin. I'll attack all with everything else, though. Oops. No. I'm ahead of myself. I wanted to do all attack and then pull this back. I do want to think about it, though. No, it's good. It's great. With the Feral Invocation, this is fine. Yeah, it's great. So we invocate the Troll. They got some life link, or life gain, but so do we. And now a little less. Okay, you get a card out of it. Good scoop, Oppo. Good scoop. Well, Organic Chicken gets to cluck if they want to. Straight green black is rolling, and is definitely nice not to stumble on mana. But see how it keeps going. Great. We got a 2 through 5 curve here, although not with a second jungle hollow. I don't think I think basically every time I've ended up green black, I've had a Moldavine Reclamation. Oh shoot, I just did that unconsciously. I think I would have done it anyway, but frustrating that we missed a counter because of the main deck Blight Beetle, but alright. Would you not play this just because of the Blight Beetle? I think you have to get on board anyway. Great. Well, we get Thief plus Invocation backup, which is awesome. And he just turns it into a Grizzly Bear, right? So, okay. You don't mind the main deck Blight Beetle? I don't even know if I like it against green is the thing. I'm actually going to pitch the Hollow and hope we can find... Actually, I could pitch the Forest, because I'm going to play Invocation next turn. Almost certainly. So I'm going to pitch Forest. Be a little bit greedy. Hope we draw our replacement lands. Yeah, as a metagame, if you're making a metagame argument, okay, I guess. This should be good, though. Either they try to double block it and get really blown out, or they take it. Yeah, maybe I missed 2. Sometimes I do that. I think that's one of the leaks in my game is, I noticed that this weekend. I had a time where I could have, I missed damage, basically. Man, this Fenlurker, double Fenlurker is rough!
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Wolfkin Bond or Blade Brand has to go here. I'm just not sure which. Yeah, Blade Brand probably has to go. I think we just get what we want out of that with Wolfkin Bond. All right. We could bond here, and it maxes our mana, but it doesn't set us up to 2 spell next turn, so that doesn't really matter unless we specifically draw like a 2-drop. So, let's start with an attack. Well, actually, if I'm gonna bond, I need to figure that out. I think we put the bond on the Crasher, so I'm gonna attack and crash. Basically just cycling for them at this point. Fenlurker could be a 2/2, which we'll keep in mind, but I wouldn't mind trading the Troll for the Fenlurker, so that's fine. We could bond it up, though, if we just wanted to make sure both things got through here, but now I'm worried they have technically, like, Murder mana up. I am. I do that a lot. I mean, I guess I've been... Are you meaning, like, as opposed to an apple bubbly? Which has been my primary beverage of late? Yeah, I'm going to attack without risking a Wolfkin Bond into the open mana and see what they do here. Alright, that's great. I'm fine with that. And we'll Brontodon and go for the wolf next turn. Hey, train. We're... Woof. Unfortunately, that sucks. They got a nice defender. Rolluck's a hater. Doesn't like other people having pleasure. Yeah, we gotta bond with the big guy and offer a trade, don't we? We could offer the Bronte. You want a Crasher or Brontodon? Why bond Crasher over Brontodon? I'm gonna offer Brontodon. I think that's... Well, I guess... It has more uses later, but mainly does it attack nicely? You know, does it attack through better later? And I think this attacks through stuff better later, so... Yeah, I mean, the trample... You mean... I think you go either... I can make either argument. I'm gonna go for the Brontodon. Worried about is like Soul Salvage. Soul Salvage gets Oppo back in this if we just draw lands or whatever. And there you go. This was my main thing, like that in making that choice. Like Brontodon at 4 toughness attacks through 3/3s, while the Crasher doesn't. But I went for more damage. I mean, you can't know that they're specifically going to play a 3/3. So far, they've played largely a bunch of small stuff. So it was pretty reasonable to go for higher damage. Keep offering, though. If they don't have anything else, the wolf can start attacking, so I'm going to play to that. Just here. You want to know what our deck is like? Here's a scan of it for you. I'll hold one land. Our turn to draw good stuff. Can attack. There we go. That's one way to get out of a top deck war. If it lives. Haha. Top decked right back at us. I'll send them both. Oh, I didn't think Oppo was going to try and trade thieves with the way we're top decking here. Do we care? I'm on no block. You want to block? Let's have another attacker. Lots of mixed opinions on this one. Yeah, I don't think I block here. I think we want to apply. We have a life lead. Let's try and work that. That's nice. That's fair. What is the point of keeping this land in hand? What's the downside? What's the upside? I mean, we're both sitting here with a land in hand, right? Like, it's not any mystery, but there's just not... Like, the downside is they play the thing and we actually have something to discard. But... I don't know. I think we're talking about a very minor point in terms of playing this land or not right now. But I'm not sure. And we are gonna do this because they're looking for... I believe they're looking for an answer. Cutthroat. No, Vampire. Still have 3 getting through. What else you got, Oppo? Nothing. Yeah, they weren't dead, but they found, I guess they thought they were close enough. So here we are again. Well, hard to argue with the smoothness of 2-color. Maybe we were just shooting ourselves in the foot with that splash. It's certainly providing this event is providing a reminder of the dangers of splashing, or at least what the cost you are taking on, the risk you're taking on is. We had a red splash. Here, we can take a quick look to as we head into what was our final game, one way or another. We were looking at splashing. We started with Shock, Rapacious, and 1 Smuggler in. Smuggler being a nice combo with the Thief, instead of the 2 Season of Growth and the Feral Invocation. So we've moved into the Season of Growth plan instead, and this gives us Blade Brand, Rabid Bite, Feral Invocation, and Wolfkin Bond. Or maybe it was Wolfkin Bond we brought in. It was Bond, Growth, I think. But felt low powered. The other thing we could totally do though is bring in Hanged Executioner. We're splashing off of basics anyway. We could play 2 planes and splash an Executioner. Yeah, I really don't like Diamond Knight. I have stomped over so many puny late game Diamond Knights that I just don't like the card. Well, the fixing's not bad because our fixing on our main colors is amazing. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 green sources and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 12-9. We're 12-9. You could eat into 12-9 a little bit to support. In fact, maybe I should go to 11-10, but then one, like, what are we splashing? What are we taking out? We take out a pup, maybe? Actually, you know, I'm just going to write it out. Like, we moved to green-black and have stomped 5 straight wins, so let's just see if we can get a 6th. No fixing for red. I mean, we do have an Evolving Wilds, right? So it's not about having to draw a red source off the top. It's about it's just ultimately at the end of the day, what are your sources for each color? And when you have 12-9 going, you can eat into that a little bit with just basic lands and still have a nice splash, a nice mana base. Barkai doesn't look to be coming down on 2 at this point because 12 green sources isn't enough, but we will keep, and then maybe we'll get there anyway. We will go get our other forest. No fixing. 3 dual lands and an Evolving Wilds, but no, we don't have any fixing. Yeah, our red splash did have 4 sources, and it was not difficult to get to 4 sources. Heishin, our splash was, I think we were like 9-7-4. Or 9-8, was it 9-8-4? 9-7-4 or 9-8-4. I think it was 9-7-4 was our splash. And that's great mana. Doesn't matter whether they're your basic lands or mountains or swamps, you know, in fact, at least one of the benefits of splashing off of basics is when you do draw it, you immediately get to play your splash. No. Come on. You can't dual land fixing for your main colors is helping you splash. Come on. Be honest. Don't say it's your game like I'm not saying true things here. 3 dual lands in your base colors absolutely help you pull off successful splashes in a 3rd color. They do. That's just math. Don't wave me off. I won't wave you off. We can talk, but come on. At the end of the day, it's about how many sources of each color you have, and dual lands in your core colors absolutely help you pull that off. We're going to try to get him here with a Feral Invocation play. See if we can get a 2.5 for 1, depending on how much you count the aura that remains. This is why I don't know why Luis and Marsh aren't a little more appreciative of the invocation. It does good work. Maybe they have their own pump. It does decent work, you know? It's like, I just couldn't believe they wouldn't even consider it over, like they took the 1-2 gain 3 over it. It looks like they have pump. Shock. I guess, let's see, if we let the shock happen, it takes 2, it doesn't really, it's all the same. Okay, great. So it's like, we're getting a 2 for 3? That's pretty decent. That's all right. It fixes only if you hard draw red early, then dual lands get your base colors going. What? I guess I don't understand where you're coming from, I guess. Outrage, you got it. That's what happens to your thieves. Awesome timing for Season of Growth. Thank you, Season of Growth, for showing up when you did. Yep. You want your thief to draw you cards, but making them use their premium removal is a reasonable backup plan to sick card value. Could have just cycled the Blade Brand there for a couple of cards, but it may still come in handy, and we can still do it here anyway. Probably will. Yeah, I'm gonna cycle. Not that it matters to do it even mid-combat or anything. Nobody gave the puppy an axe yet. Don't worry, Nick. I'm sure Appa will be a responsible dog owner and not give their puppy an axe. Thief is just where I lean because of my card greed, but we should probably go... Let's see, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, if we go Crasher, we get a 2-spell turn next turn, even if we don't draw land. So let's do this. And... I don't want to draw land. I don't want to draw land. We did, though. Well... Sad to offer Crasher for Wolf, but we are going to do it. We're going to keep attacking, and we're going to double spell. Trample's not bad there either. I don't think we want a second one of these right now. If we had lots of targeted stuff in hand, maybe, but that's not really doing anything for us. No black is likely, but I'll hold a land. Slight bluffs. We do have Season of Growth, so bluffing is a little more valuable to us. Definitely over par here, so if we lose this game, no sweat. I'm very happy with the results here. But let's try and close this out. Let's see, what kind of attacks do we have? Thief is suicide, but still could be worth it. Let's sedge and take a look at our top. Another sedge, huh? I don't think that's great here. It does give us another scry, but what they're doing is not really big green. I mean, if they make some bigger green, we wouldn't hate a second sedge, but let's look for bigger action. Bigger action, please. And then I like an all attack. I'm just gonna keep crashing. Oh, that hurts. Now, if they want to eat the thief, they got a lot of work to do against the crasher and the cutthroat. But 2 lands in hand is kind of yucky. Hopefully we draw a little extra gasoline to bring us to the finish line here. I wonder if core set flavor chaos is bad for new players. That anybody a fairly recent play? I want to know if like somebody who learned on a core set in the last 10 years. It's so weird how the flavor is all just, it's just a hodgepodge of whatever, you know. Did it hit you at all, Marsh, that the cards had no flavor connection? Like, there's something so powerful about Magic's world building, right? Like that you're on Ravnica and this. Oh, I mean the flavor is anything on a card. Like if you could call this card number 2, have no picture, and have it say green 1/1 death touch, right? It doesn't need to. The fact that it's a scorpion is flavor. Oh, scorpions have poison in their tail, and they're small creatures, so this is a very flavorful death touch creature, right? That's all it means. But what got me thinking about it is like the random pirates. It's like coming here is like, okay, so is Magic like a game? They have pirates, huh? Okay, pirates, and you know. Whereas when the whole set is about pirates, you're going, okay, they're in pirate world right now. Which genre is this? This is the create hasty elementals, recast stuff. What do they got to recast? They can recast shock and outrage. And is it 3 or less? So they can't cast outrage. Sorry, never mind. They can only recast shock currently. Keep drawing the wrong creatures. It's not really the creature we want, but let's see what we can find on the top. No. Right. Okay, are we doing any attacking here? Yeah, we got to attack with the cutthroat, and I think we attack with the Scorp as well, and go to face. Ignore Chandra is my plan right now. There are other examples in the past, like when they reprinted the old divination was Council of Soratami. I want to say Suratemi because of our friend in chat, but Council of Soratami or whatever was a really weird thing. You know, seeing this heavy Japanese lore flavored set in the core set also got weird. I don't know. All right. So close. Just need some closeout power here, but 10 lands has not helped us much. 11 of our 17, and we've got 17 left, so 6 of 17 lands.
Oh, looks like someone's
We can do this. We can... not if that happens. Yeah, do we have... Yeah, actually, we did bottom 3, so that's only 3 lands left to draw. So we should be drawing action. And yeah, we're going to keep playing in hopes that we find our rare. Bottom some more land, sure. Only 2 lands left now. Yeah! All right, can we get there? Just do your plus. Just do your plus or whatever. Oh, that's the worst.
Get out of my way. Or, you know, don't.
Yeah, we gotta hold this in hand and try and trick them. That's our only way out here.
Spreads fast. With help. No pressure. Don't worry. I brought company.
Just in case they're on, like, the double strike pump or whatever. Come on! Oh, come on! Do we have anything that can remove that? Okay, well... 5-4 becomes 7-6, which is enough to get past the Prowlers. We forced the block on it, at least. It's not the best. Mammoth Spider. I think we need to just keep creatures. But this is where I should be looking at my deck. What else do we have that's better than a spider to draw? No, we used our bite. Well, Wolfkin Bond draws us the spider. There's that. I think we might just need our creatures. Oh, this is tough. I have no, like, where's my deck list? I'm gonna look and see. We got a little bit of time here on the rope. Oh, did I not? I don't think I screen capped the deck either. Yeah, I'm watching the time. We have a whole other hourglass. It's okay. I'm gonna keep it. Well, I kept the first one. Do we want the second one? Might help us get around it, right? Might be enough. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. And I got to go for the face so that it's a forced block. At least we get a forced... Oh, but then it dies. Darn it. Why did I think it got bigger than that? Did I do my math wrong? I think I had in my head we were on 8-7. Ugh. So do we stay back then? I'm not sure what the punt is. Like, I'm sad about how the attack is not as good as I thought, but it's still correct.
Oh, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty. Don't worry, I brought company.
7, 8, 9, and then upkeep 10, 11, 12. So we're dead without a block, unfortunately. I think we can't win from here. Maybe keeping these fighters was wrong, but I couldn't see my deck and can't figure out what what good stuff there is waiting or anything. Blood Burglar can't be correct, even though it has lifelink. Yeah, like, whatever. I'm over par, and we're losing to the best rare in the deck, basically. So okay, okay.
Not too hot for you. Don't worry, I brought company.
So then we just have to go there and there, or we're dead. And then we get our deal 7 off the top and win. We're so dead, but let's take a look at our draw. Oh, no, we don't have the draw. We're just actual dead. I didn't see the full count. That's what happens when you run into big red there, so whatevs. No problem. Yeah, it was close. We almost beat Chandra. We didn't find our... I think we'd found our Moldavine Reclamation at some point in there. It would have been pretty trivial to get there. Reclamation is... When we drafted it, there was some got some mixed reviews, but I've been very happy with it in black-green. Got the double boost. Thank you, Nubble. Appreciate that. Rarity accounts for that. It's not a design flaw. It's a design solution. The design problem that solves is, how do average Joes beat Ben Stark every once in a while? That's the problem that solves. From a limited standpoint. Constructed is, its own thing. All right, I'm going to say goodbye to YouTubers. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. See ya.